I went to the Mega Village branch office for business, then stopped by the Flowing Wind Tavern. As always, Zhou Chunbei greeted me warmly. Welcome, leader. I stopped by because I was hungry. I'll prepare your favorites deliciously. Zhou Chunbei, who was about to run to the kitchen, suddenly turned around and asked, Leader, may I ask you something? Feel free to ask. As the Underworld Pavilion leader, you could visit the Better Tavern, but why do you always come to ours? Don't you know yet? Please tell me. The drinks are delicious, the food is great, the atmosphere is pleasant, you always know what I like and bring it promptly, and the owner is handsome. Do you need more reasons? That's enough. I'll prepare everything deliciously. He smiled broadly and ran lightly to the kitchen. He wouldn't know how important this place was to me. This mega village was the foundation of the demonic path I intended to establish. Even the current Heavenly Wind cult leader and the 8 demon supremes, along with Zhou Chunbei and the residents here, weren't as important as this place. Forgetting this place, no matter how well I present myself, it wouldn't be easy to distinguish myself from the 8 demon supremes. It was when Zhou Chunbei brought out the food. There was a commotion outside. Looking down from the window, I saw a person collapsed and a large man in front of him, angrily shouting. He was obviously very drunk. Why are you glaring, you bastard? I wasn't glaring. You were glaring. Without hesitation, the large man hit him. How dare you lie? The beaten man was traveling with his family. His wife stepped in to stop it. Please stop. Move aside. What a nuisance. The man didn't spare her because she was a woman. He pushed her roughly, causing her to fall, and a child around 6 or 7 years old ran to her. Mom. Seeing his parents getting beaten, the child was extremely frightened. Even with the child there, the large man didn't stop. Instead, he got more annoyed when the child cried. Shut up, you brat. He raised his hand, about to hit the child. The large man flew backward. The man who had been knocked down was suddenly on his feet and struck the large man powerfully. His wife and child ran to him. The wife was surprised that her husband had knocked down the large man. How did you do that? My fist moved on its own. The man who struck back also looked confused. Let's go quickly. Let's do that. The family avoided the large man and left the area. After they left, the large man finally came to his senses and stood up. You bastard! Where did they go? I'll find them and kill the woman and the kid too. Does anyone know who that guy was? Speak up. He grabbed one of the onlookers by the collar and started causing a scene again. Just then, a voice came from the second floor. Is this something worth going that far over? At those words, the large man looked up to where the voice came from. Who the hell said that? The person waving from the second floor window was me. The drunken man didn't recognize me. There were countless low-level martial artists who didn't know my face. Zhou Chunbei, standing behind me, whispered that this guy was notorious for causing trouble in the marketplace. Even without being told, I could tell what kind of person he was by his behavior. There were several people among the onlookers who recognized me, but none of them wanted or bothered to warn him, preferring instead to smile and enjoy the spectacle. Is it really necessary to beat a father in front of his child just because he looked at you? Who do you think you are, lecturing me? And I got hit too. That part was my doing. If I had personally punished him, the child would have to live with the memory of seeing his parents beaten. So, I used void telekinesis to move the man's body as if it was an object, making him strike back. I wanted the child to remember his father as his brave hero. Is it necessary to kill a family because you got hit once? Is it worth taking things this far? Come down here. You're the one who needs to die instead. I was planning to come down anyway. As I jumped down, the large man seized the opportunity and threw a punch at me. I dodged his flying fist slightly, then grabbed and twisted his wrist. Crack. His arm twisted like laundry being wrung out. Arg. It hurts. You bastard. Without hesitation, I twisted his other arm until it shattered. Arg! The man screamed in agony, claiming he was in unbearable pain. Had he not been drunk, he would have passed out already, but he was enduring because of that same alcohol who drove him to attack. Right? It's not worth going this far, is it? It's not right to hit someone just because they looked at you, not right to try to kill a family over one punch, and not right to end up with a crippled arm just because you got drunk and acted like a fool. So why are you doing this? It could have all been avoided. The man glared at me as if he would kill me instead of asking for forgiveness. Having lived a life of hitting and tormenting others, he didn't show a single moment of wisdom even at the end. Later, he would probably bitterly regret it and blame the alcohol instead of himself. Die. When I shattered the dantian of the guy who lunged at me to headbutt, he finally passed out. I had the man transported to the underworld pavilion by the main sex martial artists on patrol. I intended to reveal all the crimes he had committed so far and imprison him with the maximum sentence. Even in his miserable state, those who knew him looked very pleased. I spoke to the onlookers. There is no law in our sect that allows demons to commit evil acts. If any of our martial artists behave like this in the future, I pointed to the branch of Underworld Pavilion across the tavern. Report them there. Starting with Joe Chunby's applause, everyone cheered and clapped. Without exaggeration, my popularity in Mega Village had clearly surpassed my father's. Joe Chunbei approached with a delighted expression. I'll buy dinner today. Then someone from behind spoke up. Can I join you for a meal too? When I turned around, surprisingly, the cult leader of the Heavenly Wind cult was standing there. I looked at Joe Chunbei and said, if you refuse, you'll be dragged to the wilderness. He's the cult leader of the Heavenly Wind cult. Joe Chunbei's eyes widened as if he would faint. He had recently welcomed many high-profile guests because of me, but now even the cult leader of the Heavenly Wind cult was appearing as a guest. We sat facing each other at the spot on the second floor where I always sat. Did you mean what you said earlier? That being demons shouldn't justify their evil acts. Yes. That's not something you'd expect to hear from the second young master of the Heavenly Demon Divine Sect.
Midnight shines so bright in the shine of fairy sight.